Alrighty, we've got another 4-on-4 cube draft today, and I get to team with the real LSV. Luis Salvado's on my team alongside Juju Bean and Xantos, battling against the sandiest of dogs, who's actually passing to me, Sandy Dog, Slacks, Ick, and Alpha Frog. So, a lot of the regs. Going to be a good cube draft, and I like what I opened. Orcish Bowmasters. Look, I love Time Twister, and Mana Vault's very good, but I think Bowmasters is slightly ahead of Mana Vault. Plus, it's really fun to first pick a Bowmasters and draft around it. So, going to take Bowmasters. I expect Slacks to take Mana Vault, and then some combination of these other things are going to get taken, and I think we'll find out what happens there. Ooh, putting me to the question right away. So, here's the question. The question is, how crazy is it for me to take this Tolarian Academy? Because the other option is Mind Twist, which clearly I've got an Orcish Bowmasters. I have a black card already. It makes sense to take Mind Twist. But you see, the thing is, I think Tolarian Academy is just more busted. I never lose when I take Tolarian Academy. Yeah, I'm going for it. Plus, Orcish Bowmasters is good with draw 7s. Tolarian Academy is good with draw 7s. Mind Twist is actually not good with draw 7s, really. It's not. I wouldn't really call that a combo. Plus, I can pass Slack's Mind Twist and cut black. And I don't really want to pass Slack's Tolarian Academy. So you know what? I'm just a maniac these days. Can Talisman of Hierarchy come back? Who knows? I'm not too worried. Oh, and there's a Lion's Eye Diamond? Oh, easy game. Slamming that Lion's Eye Diamond. Sandy's not going to pass me too much more combo stuff, I don't think, but we're taking LED for sure. This pack's a lot less exciting, so I do like the original duels a good amount. Black-white is about the worst. I mean, it has black in it, but white is like the least likely color with all this. But I don't really want to take Manamorphose here or Odawara. Let's just take Scrubland. It's fine. Oh, there's Candelabra. There's also Echo of Eons, and I have Lion's Eye. So I've got to take Echo of Eons because that's so perfect with Lion's Eye, Academy, and Bowmasters. Slamming Echo of Eons. I'm not regretting this Academy over Mind Twist pick, not at all. Plus, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going for sure. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think Candelabra of Tawnos has a pretty good chance of coming back. I'm the only person who wants it, that's for sure. So I love this start. The Scrubland is like kind of the odd one out, but everything else here is just like exactly where I want to be. You just can't pass me Tolarian Academy. I'm just going to take it and draft a bunch of artifacts. And Slacks took a Mind Twist, and I passed now a Recurring Nightmare, but I haven't passed tons of other good black. Oh, another card I like, Crucible of Worlds. There's also Talisman of Unity. There's also like Displacer Kitten and Knight's Whisper. Knight's Whisper is good because Bowmasters is black, but you know what? I'm just not the biggest Knight's Whisper fan in the world. It's okay. I think it's probably worse than a Talisman, and I might just take Crucible just on spec. Basically, it's Crucible versus Talisman. If this was like a Talisman of any of the colors I was interested in playing, I would consider it, but it's like all the worst colors, so let's not take it. And then here, there's Kinnan and Zerda, both of the All-Stars. So Zerda works with both Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith, makes them 1 and 2 to untap respectively, and so they're infinite mana. Kinnan only works with Basalt, because now it taps for 4 and untaps for 3. Grim is break even. There's also Subtlety, which is good with draw 7s, not Pitching Echo specifically, but when you're casting draw 7s, being able to play 0 mana spells that affect the board is nice. There's also a red, white, black Triumph. I think I'm going to take Subtlety. I don't know. It's pretty close. Also, wouldn't have been crazy to take Blood Tithe Harvester there. It's a way to discard Echo of Eons, and just kind of a good card overall. Makes an artifact even for Academy. But I do like Subtlety a good amount here. Still want to pick up some more artifacts for Academy here, of course. Like this pack, I would have certainly taken a Talisman. But like I said, I don't mind speccing on Crucible. Maybe you pick up Fast Bond Zerunor. Maybe you pick up Strip Mine, Wasteland. Who knows? It seems like Sandy Dog's playing white. I haven't seen a ton of good aggro white cards get passed through here, but who knows? Who knows? Could use some more blue cards to support the Subtlety. But it's the kind of interaction I like. 0 mana interaction is what these kind of combo decks want. Scrubland is the one card still not really carrying it, pulling its weight. Though Crucible right now is also not looking like spectacular. You never know though. This is pack 7, so this is the last pack of new cards. Look, is it too much to ask for just to get like just a little talisman? Just a little talisman action. And to wheel that Candelabra with 2 cards in the pack. Oh, that is a little talisman action. Blue-green talisman, sure. Yeah, don't really want to take Sculler here. Black Cleave Cliffs, nah. Caryatid's good too, but you know what? I like talismans. All right. Let's see if we can get another artifact or 2 on the wheel here. I don't recall exactly which artifacts I passed. I know I'm not going to get Lotus Petal back. Oh, Oracle came back, so did Hard Evidence. There's also Faithless Looting, but I'm not that into Faithless Looting and Stomping Ground. Hard Evidence is nice with Academy. I guess I don't really... Though I guess Crucible and Oracle are nice. Also, Oracle Draw 7s are nice. All right, let's just take Oracle. I think Oracle is good in this style of deck, and I even have a blue-green talisman. Also, if I pick up a fast one, which I'm already, basically always on the lookout for, Oracle helps there too. Okay. I mean, I like this start. Having Bowmasters is really nice. Passing a late Corpse Dance, but I might just take Ether Channeler. Channeler is a totally fine card. Sandy did pass a late Adeline, so maybe not playing white. All right. And not really into any of these cards. I might just take Nissa because it's possible I play some big green stuff. Though there's the Manamorphose. I'm not too worried about passing Buried Alive. All right. 2 packs left to get to where the Candelabra of Tawnos is. Come on, Sandy, don't hit my Candelabra. All right, let's put the Scrubland down there. I think that there's a decent chance I don't get there. Oh, there's the Candelabra. I like Botanical Sanctum too, but I actually can't pass Candelabra here. There's also even a Ledger Shredder. That's late. Candelabra is not good without Academy, but it's a second Academy that also powers up Academy by being an artifact. Like, it is really, really good with Academy. It's also good with Lion's Eye in some ways. Like, it lets you sack Lion's Eye on top of a bunch of lands. Though I guess you still have to discard your hand, so it doesn't really get around that part. I'm not sure on this Nissa yet either. Though Candelabra Nissa is technically a combo. Oh, that's a late Thespian stage, but honestly, at this point, I'm actually going to take the Displacer Kitten. Displacer Kitten plus Candelabra means every time you play a spell, you untap your Academy. So we're moving pretty all in on Academy, but that's what these decks do. And maybe I do get this Nissa in there. Heartbeat of Spring. Not 0% that I play that, especially with Candelabra and Nissa, but we'll see. All right, what do we got here? Unimpressive pack. There's Vamp Tutor, which is nice because it can go pick up the Bowmasters or the Echo of Eons or the LED or the Academy, all those, right? Just a good tutor. Chromox is good because it's good with Academy. I have a decent amount of actual cards. I know I'm going to have Black Mana in my deck for Bowmasters. Kind of thinking I just take the Vamp. Will Time Warp wheel? Probably not, because let's see. Chromox, Animate Dead, Rafine's Tower, Chandra, Fatal Push, 5. Sylvan 6, and Dotha Triumph. Yeah. Treachery also might go. All right. I'm going to take the Vamp, but there's a chance I wheel Time Warp. I don't think there's much of a chance I wheel Chromox. There's also a pretty good chance I wheel Talisman of Resilience, which a black-green Talisman would actually be kind of perfect. Yeah, I think I'm very likely to wheel that, actually, because I'm the only person with Academy. So as long as people have, like, Arbor Elves and stuff to take. Wow, okay, so Archon is in this pack. That's interesting. So Jesse is not drafting Reanimates or just found, open a piece of power. I don't have any Animates either. I think I'm just going to take Frantic Search. Frantic Search is actually a great way to discard Echo of Eons and is good at untapping Academy. It could also mean this Heartbeat of Spring gets in there. Also, I don't think Sandy's going to be in a good position to use Archon, which means that it's maybe going to one of my teammates instead. All right, Frantic Search. Now there's Mystical Tutor, but I think I just take Memory Jar. I already have Vamp. these tutors don't stack super well, and then Bloodstained Mire doesn't do too much for me, whereas Memory Jar is just another draw 7, which is exactly what this deck wants. So let's take Memory Jar here. Cards I'm on the lookout for. Fastbond, Zuran Orb, bunch more talismans, more and more talismans. All right, here's all my talismans. Yeah, I will be taking talismans. Blue-black talisman seems like the jam here. I do like Titania, but I don't have any of the cards that work with Titania right now, so talisman it is. Pretty easy there. The Crucible also might not make the cut, though I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Between Candelabra and Nissa and Frantic Search, this Heartbeat of Spring is looking kind of interesting. At some point, I guess I want a win condition. No, actually, Orcish Bowmasters is a pretty legit win condition. Oh man, Crop Rotation and Shelldock Isle. There's also, this is a strong pack, because 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are pretty tempting, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 marginal cards and a Temple Garden. I'm trying to see if I can wheel Crop Rotation. I think I'm supposed to take Shelldock even if I can't, though. Shelldock is too good, and I have Vamp for Academy if I need it. I think the fact that I have so many ways to untap Shelldock just makes it such a busted card. I mean, it's already a busted card, but even more busted in that case. This Displacer Kitten's currently 9. Fastball 6 pick. All right, I'll do it again. There's also a Ramen up here, but I've got to take the Fastball first. Ooh, what a pack. There's also a Jace in the pack, and a Thalia, and a Kiki. There's so much action. I just can't get enough of these Tolarian Academy decks. I really can't. And you know what? If I lose to Mind Twist this draft, so be it. Okay, well, Crucible's definitely back on the menu now with this Fast Bond here. Let's see if we can live up to that expectation. Still not sure about this Nissa, this Ether Channeler, Displacer Kitten, who knows. Okay, Paradise Lost is 3 green. It's an instant. You roll 2 6-sided die, and you get cards with total mana value X or less from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the total. So on average, 7 mana worth of cards back to your hand from your graveyard. There's also a blue-black land. And there's a Revoker, and there's an Elvish Reclaimer. These are all like kind of valid. What am I going to do with Paradise Lost? Paradise Lost, I see. You cast it, you roll 7, you get 7 mana, you get like a Frantic Search back, and a Manamorphose. It's kind of good with Lion's Eye. Let's just take Dark Slick Shores. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I'm not seeing that card be good. Hymn to Turok is good. Fiery Islet might be the pick, though. It's not for red fixing, but if I end up with Crucible in my deck, having a Sackland is kind of nice. It's another route to cast Manamorphose. It's that or just taking Terra Sunder as like a reactive card. I don't like reactive cards in these decks. Let's just take that. Okay, the Talisman wheeled, so did the Time Warp, so did the Sylvan. I have my choice of all of them. Kind of thinking like I just want more talismans, though I do like Time Warp with Oracle and Nissa Academy. This is pretty close. I think I'm going to take the Time Warp, but I don't know about that one. Oh, Krasis is nice, and so is Urtai. I don't really care about the other cards. I think I'd rather take the Krasis. Here, I do like Mindslaver, but I just took a pretty expensive card. Actually, I took 2. So let's just take Sakura Tri-Builder. We can play that card. Don't think we're a Welder deck. Virtue of Persistence, giving a creature -3/-3 and gaining 3 is like a pretty decent sideboard card. Oh, okay, so we didn't wheel Crop Rotation, but I didn't think I was that likely to anyway. I'm not super into Riftwing Cloudskate here either. Still not sure on Time Warp versus Talisman. Time Warp is pretty strong. I'll take a Rex Sage for the sideboard. Beaumont, huh? All right. Any Time Walks? Any Moxes? I feel like I deserve a Mox here. Yeah. Deserve, definitely the right word. I'm kind of thinking this Heartbeat might be decent, because I did pick up a win condition of like Heartbeat into untap, into like Time Warp, and then a big Krasis. Disappointing pack. I think I might Scalding Tarn. It doesn't fix my mana yet, but it could. I don't think I really want Birds of Paradise. Haywire might. Not really a Spellseeker deck. I like Caracas in general, but it's just not really good here. Smuggler's Copter. I mean, Copter's not completely crazy, to be honest. I have a lot of random idiots. It's an artifact. I can crew it with, like, all these things. I'm just going to take Scalding Tarn, I think. Oh, there's a Mishra's Workshop, and a Courser, and a Skull Clamp. I do like Skull Clamp in general. I have Ether Channeler and Bowmasters it's good with. And I could play a couple others, and it's a cheap artifact. Yeah, I'm probably just going to take the Skull Clamp. Mishra's Workshop isn't even like crazy good in this deck, and I could draft around Skull Clamp if I need to. Though, yeah, I've got to take Breeding Pool over Verdant, I think. Breeding Pool is basically like getting 2 blue-green lands thanks to Scalding Tarn, whereas Verdant would just be a black-green land. There's also Zagoth Triome. But I think, well, I have 1 black card. I think an untapped land is worth a lot. That is interesting. Oh, I have Orcish Bowmasters too. Maybe I actually do take the Triome. God, I really like my lands being untapped. There's also Crucible to consider, that maybe just a black-green land, and hopefully to pick up something to fetch later is better, because having a fetch lands with Crucible fast spawn is actually pretty busted. Yeah, let's just do that. Oh, now I can take Tireless Tracker to go with these fetches and fast spawn in Academy. Yeah, we'll do that over Mana Leak. Pick 4. We could still find Zernorb. Definitely still on the table. No Zernorb, but Mishra's Bauble is a cheap artifact, so I will take it. And there's Sensei's Top. That's another cheap artifact. There's also Watery Grave makes Verdant into blue and Tarn into black. Bayou doesn't do anything. So there's also Grist, though. Grist makes Skull Clamp a lot better. Let's pick 6. There's also Yogwill. I don't think I'm in a position to really be Yogwilling here. Let's just take the Watery Grave, I think. Oh, I like Exploration. There's also Trinket Mage that gets LED, Mishra's Bauble, Skull Clamp, Candelabra, and I already have Fast Spawn, so Exploration's a little less likely, a little less needed. All right. Last pick, Zernorb. 8th pick. We'll find out. Don't want this Beaumont. At this point, the Scrubland doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, I don't think it does anything. Don't know about Heartbeat of Spring yet. Could see Rexage. Don't think I'm going to Manamorphose. So right now, this is 16 lands, which means I might want to cut like 1 thing. God, I would love to pick up a Zernorb. Oh, is this Displacer Kitten good? What does this do? Every time I play a spell, I get another Nissa activation. I mean, that's pretty good. Every time I play a spell, I get to untap my Academy. That's also good. But that's it? Oh, I guess it re-triggers Bowmasters, Rexage, Trinket Mage, Ether Channeler. I guess right now I would say Displacer Kitten's not quite there. How good is Beaumont Courier that I can activate off Fiery Islet, that I can Skull Clamp, and makes my Tolarian Academy better? No Zernorb, but that is a Brain Freeze. And there's also a Leovold. This feels like a pretty good Brain Freeze deck. I feel like I could cast a lot of spells. All right, Displacer Kitten out. And, oh, Haywire Might, on the other hand, is kind of like a Beaumont Courier, but with like a good ability instead of a bad one, so we'll be taking that. Probably. All right. Mishra's Workshop to cast a bunch of cheap artifacts, a Crucible, a Memory Jar, and some Talismans. I think I'd rather just like take a Batter Skull for the sideboard. The funny thing is Mishra's Workshop can cast Batter Skull. Yeah, I'll just do that. Would have liked like one more talisman here, I think. That would have been nice. I'm still not sure about this Time Warp versus this talisman here. Sakura Tribe Elder, is that one good? I think so. Subtlety seems like it makes the cut here. Garrick Wildspeaker is kind of interesting. I don't think I'm going to play Knight of the Reliquary or Ancient Stone Idol. Garrick does make Displacer Kitten a little stronger too. But I think I might just play neither of them. The one thing that I would have liked to see would be like, I would have loved, well, besides Zernorb would have been like really high up there. Picking up a Urza or Chrome Seed Shark. Chrome Shell Seed Shark, whatever. I think I'm going to hate Mesmeric Fiend over any of those. Monastery Mentor actually wouldn't be bad in this deck. But I have the Scrubland that I can get off the Verdant. And these are all blue. So I basically, if I played Scrubland and Plains, I'd have 4 white sources. Because Mentor is nice with Skull Clamp. And is just like kind of a strong card. All right. Let's see how this goes. I think that... So this is... Bowmaster. Let's see. Gonna be a little harder this time. No Time Walk. That last deck was nice. Let's see how many cards I need to cut here. Do I want the Krasis? I don't know. So this is... I probably want to cut like 2 cards or so. Let's see. How many black sources? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 black sources. Oh, with this Sakura Tribe Elder, I could just play 1 swamp. And then I could play 4 forests. 4, 5, 6, 7 green. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. Oh, I have 8 green and 2 more blue. I guess I could actually go down pretty low on islands because I have all my non-basics basically tapped for blue. Okay, yeah, this is 2 cards over, which means we're probably cutting Rex Sage. I can Skull Clamp with Rex Sage, which is nice. Maybe I cut Nissa here. Nissa is a little on the expensive side. I think Krasis is a pretty good mana sink. I think Crucible Fast Bond with 2 fetches, each of which have, like Scalding Tarn has 1, 2, 3. It only has 3 things it can get. Oh. Whereas Verdant has a ton. Verdant has like 8 things it can get. That makes me want to play 1 more island. How bad is it to cut Fiery Islet out of this deck? Crucible Fiery Islet is pretty good. Maybe I just live with the fact that Tarn has 3 targets. I mean, I like this. It has 7 cheap artifacts plus Crucible Memory Jar, and then it has Tireless Tracker and Trinket Mage that can get more artifacts. Is there a chance I don't want Brain Freeze? And my win condition is mostly like Bowmasters plus Echo or Memory Jar? No, Brain Freeze just kills so easily in these decks. I think Ether Channeler is good enough with the Skull Clamp. It's a double Skull Clamp thing. The thing about Skull Clamp too is it's not like you need to draw 7 cards or 6 or 8 cards off this. If you draw 4 cards off Skull Clamp, you're already doing great. All right, I think Nissa is just going to be my last cut, and I think this one I'm going to run. All right, this one's nice. Let's see how this one turns out. Alrighty, time for round 1. Playing against the Frog himself. Gavin, Alpha Frog, and we are on the draw. This hand's like a little loose, but I don't know. I kind of like Skull Clamp. I have a lot of live draws once you add Skull Clamp to the mix. See, that was one of them. Let's just play the clamp, pass the turn. We're just going to draw Tolarian Academy on turn 2, and we are going to go off. Turn 2, Academy, Candelabra, Lion's Eye, tap for 3, untap. Oh, strip mine me, please. I mean, I did draw Academy. All right, I hope he doesn't have Life from the Loam. Nice strip mine, buddy. This is so good. I'll make a 1/1, and I'll pass the turn. And you better have a way to kill that Academy ASAP. Entomb. Uh-oh. What are we entombing? Please don't be something that kills my Academy. Atroxa. I don't love that. Okay. Are we reanimating? Oh, we didn't reanimate the Atroxa. Amazing. Okay. Let's send for 3 here. And then I guess I'll just tap Academy first and skull clamp the bird token. Burb. Draw 2 cards. Skull clamp the channeler. Draw 2 cards. Trinket Mage. Let's Candelabra the Academy. And do I have the Trinket Mage for a Bauble and a Haywire Mite? Alright, well, I'm going to Trinket Mage because this gets me more artifacts for Academy, which I think is pretty important. I think I'm just going to get Haywire Mite because Haywire Mite is 2 cards instead of 1 card off Bauble thanks to Skull Clamp. Alright, let's play that and pass the turn. Hopefully Trox is not hitting the board, and hopefully my Academy doesn't die. I do have a Crucible in my deck, but it would slow me down a lot to kill the Academy. I've also drawn mostly land off this, which means if I draw a fast one, then we're really cooking. Echo of Eons could be good. And remember, this is turn 3 still. I've spent a lot of mana. Alright, ship the turn. Technically, I can Haywire Mite here if I need to. Or Cracking, Nurturing Peatland. We're just digging. Digging for our reanimate here. No bueno. Ooh, there's a Krasis. All right. Krasis averted. Let's just cast a big Hydrate Krasis, huh? Candelabra. Pay 1, 7, 8. I'm going to cast Hydrate Krasis. X equals 6 here. Okay, I don't really want to Echo of Eons, I don't think. Let's go Forest. And I don't need to Skull Clamp right now, so let's Skull Clamp the Trinket Mage. Pass the turn, I'll discard a Forest. I feel like it's fine just to do that. I don't think I need to... Basically, I could Skull Clamp the Haywire Mite, but I can just do that next turn. Oh, Orcish Bowmasters plus... that should be lethal here. Let's attack with these. Assume you're not going to block the Trinket Mage. Alright. Swamp. Bowmasters. Ping you. Sack this for blue. Echo of Eons. Boom. Oh, you know, just a little turn 5 win. Had a million mana at all times. Gavin's not going to be strip mining basic forest next game. I can tell you that much. Oh, I don't have any graveyard hate. I could put in a Mesmeric Fiend. No, that's kind of a coward play if you think about it. Subtlety's still good. Yeah. I think we're still in good shape here. Just need to have a nice fast hand. Turns out Sandy's playing blue-green. Funny. All right. Oh, I like this hand. This hand is nice. Okay, Watery Grave, pay 2 life, Skull Clamp. I'm going to lead on the Clamp instead of the Haywire Mite because I'm worried about getting hand disrupted. Sylvan Caryatid. I think I'm just going to go Fiery Islet, Talisman, Haywire Mite. I would have gone Haywire Mite Academy, but I know he's got Strip Mine in his deck, so I really want to get a really good Academy turn locked in, because I might only get to tap it for mana once, which means that if I do it this turn, I get to cast Time Warp here. Reckless Stormseeker, okay. I'll take my 3, I suppose. If I draw like a 0 drop, oh, that was disgusting. Hold on. So now I can Echo and Time Warp, is that right? I have 5 mana, go to 2 mana, discard Echo of Eons, untap these 3 lands, and then I go to 8 mana. Yeah, I can do it all. Okay, so let's do that. Blue, black. Frantic Search. Discard Echo of Eons, Verdant. Untap. I even have an extra mana now thanks to Mishra's Bauble. Tap this for 6 Time Warp. And then flashback Echo of Eons. Yeah, I'm in for that. Oh, and there's kind of everything. All right, let's go Candelabra. I even have another Time Warp coming. Oh, this deck's so fun. There's a reason I never pass Academy. Let's go. Let's see. I think I can just get full value here. Trinket Mage. Get my last artifact. Get LED. Play LED. Tap this. Time Warp. Candelabra the Academy. And the Forest, I guess. Actually, hold on. Let's just Candelabra the Academy here for 1. Oops. All right. Boom. Tap this for 6. He's at 28 cards. I'm trying to think, how do I want to do this? I guess what I'm going to do now is start Skull Clamping. Is that what I want to do? I could Crucible, Vamp, and I could Brain Freeze. Let's see, if I go Crucible, I have another turn coming after this. I could Vamp for 5 spells, Brain Freeze you for 18, and then Vamp for Memory Jar. Let me see real quick, just to take another look. What do we got brewing here? I've got Bowmasters. I've got Oracle. I bet I can do a better. I'm just gonna Vamp here. I've already used the thing. There's Tireless Tracker. Do I Vamp for 18 is kind of the question. I could also Clamp and hope to draw. Oh, I have 3 mana left. Clamp goes down to 2 mana left, so I guess I can't quite do it all. So if I Brain Freeze you for 18, it puts you to 10 cards. And then I Memory Jar, you go to 3 cards. I guess I probably am going to want to Brain Freeze this turn is my guess. And then try to think of what's the best thing to Vamp for. And then I guess I could Vamp for, maybe I just Vamp for Krasis here. And at this point, I think it's probably worth firing off the Brain Freeze for 18. I'm not going to get to that many spells on any other turn, so I think that's okay. Oh, Gavin might actually concede here as well. I actually wouldn't be surprised because I have another turn coming and a Vamp coming, so. All right, he's going to see if this works. We're going to get to see. Okay. That's a lot of stuff. And then at this point, I'll equip the Trinket Mage. Take my turn. Draw Krasis. And then go, let's see, 7, 8. Let's go Krasis and Krasis for 10. Sure. That's probably enough to do something pretty good. Subtlety is okay. I guess I'm gonna skull clamp the Haywire Mite, because I wouldn't mind drawing a fast bond here, and I get to gain 2 life. No big deal. Okay, draw 2. It's kind of nonsense. All right. Let's equip that and play a forest. And I'm just going to attack for 3 and leave up subtlety. All right, we kind of fizzled a little at the end there, but I feel fine. If he makes a play that's a planeswalker or creature, I've got subtlety. I've got a 10/10 in play. Next turn, I have 20 million mana with Oracle, subtlety, Shelldock, you know, all that stuff. So I'm feeling pretty good about all this. Okay, what is this? Primeval Titan. Yeah, we're going to go subtlety. And then we get to it. Probably just attack, right? I mean, this is 14 in the air already. So I would say we're doing all right. So next turn, I have Candelabra, so I can Shelldock. Let's go Oracle first, I guess. Let's play Shelldock. Hit Ether Channeler. Okay. Oh, there's Bowmasters on top? All right, so let's go Sakura Tribe Elder. Equip the Tribe Elder. Pay 1. Draw 2. Oh, Tireless Tracker 2. I guess I don't have green yet, and I've already played 1 land, so let's go Candelabra on those 3 lands. 1, 2, 3. Cast. Oh, I left myself without black mana. All right, well, whatever. Tireless Tracker. Play a land. Oh, I don't have the fast bond. All right, well. Cast Ether Channeler. I can bounce anything. I'm just going to bounce the Stormseeker. Equip the Trinket Mage. And attack for 16. And then I guess pass the turn. Yeah, I guess I just needed to not tap the Talisman so I could use the Orcish Bowmasters, but I'm not really sure how Gavin kills me from here. And in fact, he does not. All right, round 1 carried very, very much on the power of Tolarian Academy. Alrighty, time for round 2. Would like to play first, playing against Blue-Red Sneak and Show. Well, I don't know about the show and tell, but there's definitely Sneak Attack and Through the Breach. This hand is fine. Gonna be hard pressed to mulligan a Frantic Search, Fast Bond, Memory Jar. I guess I'll put Oracle Moldiah under the Shelldock here. Guess what card I want to draw? Oh yeah, it's Tolarian Academy always. I'm gonna play a turn 2 Talisman here, and turn 3 Trinket Mage. Not sure for what. If I knew I was drawing Tolarian Academy, I would just get Candelabra. And I wouldn't mind drawing a forest either. No play on turn 2? No. Okay, that didn't make too much sense. Because if I draw a forest, then I can go Fast Bond, Trinket Mage, and get a Memory Jar going here. Jace Vryn's Prodigy, sure. Okay, forest isn't bad. Fast Bond, Trinket Mage. And what do I get with Trinket Mage here? Get Skull Clamp, Lion's Eye. Candelabra is fantastic if I find Academy. Kind of bad otherwise, doesn't do much. Skull Clamp is good if I hit one of my cheap creatures. I'm just going to get the Candelabra actually. And then I'm just going to play it. Because look, I figure if I'm cracking Jar and using Frantic Search, there's a pretty good chance that I hit Academy, at which point it really helps me pop off. And drawing 7 off Jar with Fast Bond in play, I don't know that Skull Clamp is going to be necessary there, so we'll see how this works out. Activating Jace here. Tolarian Academy waiting room, but even without that, the question is, do I fire off the Frantic Search here or not? Because I'm going to Jar, but there's an argument for doing so afterwards. But if I do it before, there's a Lion's Eye. All right, I'll play that. I think I'm just going to wait on the Frantic Search here. It doesn't really accomplish anything. If Jar resolves, do I use it now? Is the question. I have a Fast Bond out, and that makes me inclined just to go for it. I'm just worried if I pass, the Jar gets destroyed. And that is a pretty big downside. Are you thinking about countering the Memory Jar? You probably should if you have a counter spell. The other thing about Jar is if you crack it and they draw a bunch of stuff, they can only cast instants. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, this isn't bad. Land. I'm glad I did it now. It's not like having extra mana would have been like that incredible here. Tireless Tracker. Land. And Haywire Mite. All right. I'll hit with the Trinket Mage, why not? That was a pretty good Jar hand. And then now I have Oracle ready to go because Sheldock's going to pop off next turn. And Oracle plus Tracker is pretty nice. I get to play 6 of my Jar cards. Looks like it might get to play something too. It does mean Jace gets to do its thing. Okay, Pester might. Sure. Okay. Drew 6 land in a Pestermite. That's pretty good. I am technically safe from Splinter Twin because I have a Haywire Mite in play and I have Lion's Eye Diamond that I could crack against Kiki Jiki. I have no such defense, but they're a mana short of playing Kiki Jiki next turn even with a land drop. Jacing end of turn actually doesn't make sense because it's just going to flip, so you don't actually get an extra activation. You just don't get to see what you're drawing for your turn, so it doesn't make a ton of sense to do that. It's not a big deal either way. Technically, oh man, I was 1 mana short of discarding Minskin, of using Oracle this turn by cracking LED, untapping Sheldock with Candelabra, which is funny. Flash. Itali? No, Archon of Cruelty. Sure. That's not that bad, honestly. Like, I discard a Frantic Search. I mean, I like the Frantic Search. I would have liked to keep that one. And I lose a Trinket Mage, but the Archon doesn't get to attack or anything. Are we going to Jace and Flash again? I guess that would be a beat. Okay, I'll take some damage. Well, between Oracle, the clue I have, and Tireless Tracker, I feel like this is going to be a pretty good turn if I just get to untap with everything that I already have in play. Okay, we're shrinking Tracker and casting Charticourse. Sure. All right, this is it. This is my big turn time. That's a start. Let's start by going Oracle of Moldiah Academy. No. Let's crack Clue. Draw Academy. Now Fiery Islet, that's good. Echo of Eons. Okay, that's also pretty good. So if I want to Echo here, what do I want to do? I have kind of a lot of mana, so let's go Ether Channeler. I'm going to bounce the Pestermite. And then crack a Clue. To draw the Echo here. And if I get another look at some lands. Ooh, a Verdant. Oh, and there's a Tolarian Academy. There is the skipper. All right, Academy, go to 7. Ooh, a Skull Clamp. I kind of like that too. Okay, because now I can tap this for 6 mana. Candelabra, untap, untap, untap. 2, 3. Huh. I wonder if I want to just hard cast Echo. Do I want to cast this, get the Skull Clamp out first? I guess it's probably good to do that. So let's tap this for mana, crack a clue, draw, play Skull Clamp, 7, play a land, take some damage, 6, take some damage. I guess waiting on Academy would have worked out pretty well. All right, take some damage, and then let's just cast Echo here. I think I'm going to sack the LED too. I'm going to cast Echo and sack LED for blue mana. All right, and then Echo. And if I just find Bowmasters, oh, there's the Bowmasters. So let's go Bauble. Oh, I have Frantic Search too. Holy crap, I have so much mana. Okay, I have 10 cards in deck. Let's just make sure I don't deck myself here. Discard. Oh, there's a Time Warp too. Yeah, okay, we got this. We got this easy. Tap this for 20 million mana. Bowmasters, Bowmasters U. Draw off a clue token. I don't even really need to Brain Freeze here. The Tireless Tracker plus the Time Warp should be more than enough here. Time Warp. And then Echo of Eons. I have enough cards to, yeah. Okay. Orcu, yeah, all right. Oh, that was great. That was extremely fun. Let's see. Do I want Rex Sage? It kills sneak attack. Basically all it does. There's also Mesmeric Fiend. I like Bowmasters, I like Channeler. I kind of like the perfect deck that we've constructed, so the Candelabra wheeling was such a big part of this deck. All right. I don't really want to mull a hand with Academy, and this hand also has Haywire Might, which is kind of good against the sneak attack. It's not like the perfect solution because often you'll just play and have sneak up the same turn, but it does make Ix life a little bit more complicated. And if I draw a Talisman on turn 2, I'll be really happy. Chart of Course, sure. Or a 0-drop artifact. That would also be crazy good with this Academy here. No. All right. Let's just do this and attack. Pass the turn. Next turn, I'm just going to go Academy, Ether Channeler, draw a card. Unless something changes over there. Oh, Flash Woodfall Primus, yeah. All right. Not great. So I'm going to lose both my lands here. That's a good combo. 2 mana, 5/5 kills 2 lands. Okay, time to draw. Well, Fast Pawn would have been pretty good earlier, but then my Academy would have died, so I'm just going to wait on the Academy. There's no reason to show that one. All right, any land lets me cast Ether Channeler. Artifacts are good too. Land, Academy, Ether Channeler. I hate doing it, but I think I have to. It opens the door to sneak, but it would need to have 2 men in the same turn to sneak here. So I think this is okay. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like I'm not going to get it. I'm going to die to Woodfall Primus before anything else happens. So I think I'd rather do this. I do feel like this spot is not great, but we'll see. Minsk and Boo. All right, I guess I'm glad I killed or bounced the Woodfall Primus. I'm pretty dead though. 14. I'm really not close to casting Time Warp either is kind of the problem. I don't even know what I can draw to get me out of this. Candelabra, that's interesting. So now 3. Candelabra is really close, actually. I have 4 mana now. I cannot afford to kill the Mox Diamond, sadly. I just have to play Candelabra, pass. Next turn, I get to Time Warp. That's a pretty big game. And if I draw... If I draw like a Talisman or something... I'm trying to think if I can get up to enough mana to like jar Time Warp, but I probably can't. Oh, okay. Sneak Woodfall Primus, sure. All right, well, I need to win game 3 because my team has not won any games. I'm the only person who's won games so far, so... hopefully I don't get flashed on turn 2. I still think I could have beaten some stuff, but not Minsk into Sneak. All right, I think I'm just going to run this. Don't think I want Mesmeric Fiend because it's also on the splash. I don't think I want Rexage. Don't think I want Garrick. I think I like where we're at. And let's go ahead and play first. All right, time for a Busted Academy hand. No, but this hand's great. All right, so the question is, what do I vamp for? There's a lot of options. I could vamp for Tireless Tracker. So I'm going to go Forest, Fast Bond, Shelldock. If I had a draw 7 that cost 4 mana, I would just vamp for that. I don't, though. And right now I'll have still a ton of cards in my deck, so we're not getting that close. Maybe Tireless Tracker is the thing, because what I can do is I can go Fast Bond, Forest, Fast Bond, Shelldock, Catacombs, Crack for Swamp, vamp for Tracker, play Tracker, play Tarn, crack Tarn, and all of a sudden I have 2 clues with Tireless Tracker out. Yeah, that sounds sounds pretty good. Shelldock. Let's see. What am I shelldocking? Oh, definitely shelldocking Memory Jar. All right. Verdant. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, there's Tireless Tracker and there's Oracle, but I think Tireless Tracker is better. I think I can just get basic Swamp. There's also Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp draws me 2, but you know what? I think Tireless Tracker is still going to be better here. Tireless Tracker also draws me 2 cards, but it can draw, that's like at a minimum, it can draw a lot more than 2. Okay, crack. Okay, get 2 clues and play a Haywire Might. Pass the turn. All right. Don't kill Tracker, please. Because Tracker self-fuels pretty nicely. And then, all right. Next turn, draw. That's actually not bad at all. Let's crack these 2. Wouldn't mind a land here. Bobble. I'm going to bobble myself. Forest. All right. Yeah, I'm going to crack the clue. I don't get to Bowmasters this way, but I don't need a Bowmaster in play right now. And I think getting the extra damage in and making sure I lock in an extra clue from the tracker is pretty good. Because now I have a win condition that's really easy, which is get to 20 cards in deck with Bowmaster here. Oh, okay, we're searching. Because if I get to 20 cards in deck, I get to jar them. And then with Bowmaster out, oh, Time Warp probably just does it. That's just lethal if I don't get like flashed here or something. Okay, play a tap land. Time Warp. And that's just game. All right. That was a turn 4 kill. Not bad at all. I mean, obviously there's things it can do. Time Warp hasn't resolved yet. But if Time Warp does resolve, I get to attack for 6, then attack for 7, and that's game. All right. A quick 2-0. Let's see if we can pull off the sweep and hopefully win the draft. Alrighty. Time for round 3. Playing against Sandy Dog, who's actually playing blue-green. Not even playing mono-white. I will keep this hand. So Tarn doesn't get green. That's okay. I'm just going to play Dark Slick Shores. And what do I tutor for here? If anything, honestly. I've got a turn 2 Bowmasters. It's a shame because the one thing this deck is missing is a cheap draw 7. It's actually, Sandy almost, like I almost wheeled the Time Twister, but Sandy ended up taking it. All right, I think I'm just going to wait. Oh, see, look. Wow. Just playing at such a high level. And by that, I mean top decking extremely well, because I'm going to Bowmasters here. And then on upkeep, I'm going to vamp for Echo of Eons with a LED in hand. Look, I was hoping to draw the LED. That's really smart, right? All right. Ooh, and an Elvish Mystic. Why not? Upkeep, vamp. Echo of Eons. Draw. LED, sack for green, actually. Tap this, Echo of Eons. Okay, so I have a million triggers. Let's go 1 on the Mystic and 4 on the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Wall of Roots, and then 2 on Sandy Dog. All right, yield to those. And I have a green floating. Let's go Talisman, Haywire Might, and attack for 9. All right. Nah, not a bad turn 3 there. Next turn, I can Frantic Search and then do some Haywire Mighting here. I can clamp up the Haywire Might as needed. Sandy Dog's got Elves for days. All right, don't need an upkeep stop at the moment. Brain Freeze, sure. Let's start with just Frantic Search, I think. Because I have a bunch of junk in my hand. Discard Watery Grave. I think I just discard Brain Freeze. I don't think that's really the direction we're going. And I'm going to attack with the Orc Army here. Do I attack with Haywire Might? I think I do, because I just don't think he's going to block the Haywire Might. I think it's... Oh. Sure, that also works. We'll take it. I think he was in trouble. All right. Mono green. He's got Mox and Asika's Chariot. I'm wondering if I want to board in Reclamation Sage. Brain Freeze might actually, well, I just like having Brain Freeze because my concern if I don't have Brain Freeze in my deck is if I end up doing, let's say I end up casting the Echo and so it's exiled, I don't have a Bowmasters in play, Jar might not be enough to win me the game with a Bowmasters, especially against a green deck going wide, so I kind of want a second win condition. Do I want Displacer Kitten? Haywire Might seems like it's the Rec Sage I'm looking for, so let's just do that. I don't think I want Batterskull. Nissa isn't crazy to think about, but let's see if... Yeah, I think this is where we're at. I don't think Sandy can kill Tolarian Academy either. So if I ever draw it, it's good times. That's a Tolarian Academy. That's a Candelabra. That's a Crisis. All right, I'll keep this hand. Tell my teammates it's over. I mean, Sandy might actually have a really fast draw, but but I don't think so. We'll see. I think this draw is going to be good enough. Okay, Sandy mold to 6 and has turn on Chrome Mox, punishing on a mold to 6, but you got to do what you got to do. Exile and Kinnan and Wall of Roots. Okay. Oh, Bowmasters was not a bad draw. Let's see. Do I want to play Haywire Might? Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if it matters which one I play here on turn 1. Okay. Courser. Ancestral Recall. You Sly Dog. Oh, I drew Mishra's Bauble. Absurd. Candelabra. Academy. Talisman. Untap. Academy. And say go. I mean, Sandy's going to Ancestral. This is the only card in hand. And we're going to Bowmasters. All right, Bowmasters. And I think we're just going to nug the Courser of Crufix here. And draw 3 more. So he drew Craterhoof, Utopia Sprawl. All right, I'm just going to finish off the Courser. Okay, so Craterhoof I do have to worry about. Hand is Ignoble Hierarch, Craterhoof, Utopia Sprawl. So 3, 4, 5, 7 mana, but top card is Mystical Tutor, which can't be good. I don't think I need to crack the Bauble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and top card is Mystical Tutor. Okay, so that means this turn. Oh, we drew a Vamp. How much mana do we have? 4. So 7 mana if you count Academy plus Candelabra. 8, 9, 10 mana. So Vamp down to 9 mana. Crisis for 4. So I have 5 mana left. I could Crisis and then Jar. And the Jar gives me 7 points of damage. Yeah, but the downside of that is I kind of you burn the Crisis. I know Sandy's not doing anything next turn. His draw is Mystical Tutor, so I'm just going to make max Crisis here. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. Crisis. And then make sure to have an upkeep stop. Draw 4. And might as well attack with the Orc Army. Okay, so you draw a Mystical Tutor. Pass the turn. And then on upkeep, at that point, I can just Vamp for Echo of Eons. And that will just about do it, I would imagine. Well, do I want to Vamp for Echo or do I want to Vamp for Jar? It's kind of the question. Oh, I can also just Vamp for Time Warp. Is that safer? That's 16 damage off Crisis. Attack with those. Yeah, that's just straight up safer, isn't it? All right. Less fun, but you know, that's okay. Oracle. Play a land. Candelabra. I'll keep Frantic Search on top. That seems fine. Time Warp. And then that does it. Attack for 8, attack with everything else. And that's game. All right. Let's see if my teammates can pull it out. I really hope they do. All right, well, for honestly, the second time today I went 3-0 and my team lost, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Really did like this Academy deck, and honestly, I would just take Academy again in that spot. First pick Bowmasters, second pick Academy over Mind Twist, no big deal. It just powers up so many cards. Like Candelabra is a 0 in every other person's deck at the table, and was like really good. It was like a 3-mana artifact. It was like a Soul Ring in my deck. It was 1 mana tapped for like 2 to 3 mana. A lot of those games. Mishra's Bauble doesn't need to get sacked. Even LED, well, LED was great with Echo, but LED didn't even just sat and play a bunch of the games as a Mox Sapphire. Academy's just a busted card, and I think that the way the cube, both this one and the Magic Online cube, both really did support Academy well, and love drafting decks like this. I don't get tired of them. I hope that you do it again. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next time we win the draft instead of, well, doing everything we can and still losing. But that's for the next draft. There will be another. There always is. Join me tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.